everybody, welcome back. So today we're going to be doing a January Jones inspired makeup look. I saw her on, I think it was Jimmy Fallon, and she had this really cool like blown out hazy blue eye with a more coral lip. I recently restarted watching Mad Men. I watched the entire series already, but I am rewatching it on Netflix. So in my desire to know more about the show and the characters and more about the actors, I found the clip of January Jones on the late night show, and I thought her makeup was really beautiful. So I figured I'd do a chit chat, kind of talk through tutorial. I haven't done one in a while, so I figured today would be a great time to start. So first I'm going to use this NYX, this is the first base primer spray. Been a little while since I washed my face and applied all my moisturizers, so I feel like that's good to just get a little bit more moisture in my skin. And then I'm gonna go in with this Becca Backlit Priming Filter. This is a sample I got in this month's Sephora bag, or last month's Sephora. I don't remember. But anyways, yeah, I started rewatching Mad Men, and it's really become a part of my makeup routine. A lot of corals, a lot of reds. I am absolutely obsessed with that show. I actually have it up right now. You can't see it, but season 4, episode 2, it's a real problem. I've been starting recently with my concealer. I'm gonna use the Bye Bye Under Eye. This is in neutral medium. So this is a very thick product. You don't need a ton of it. So what I like to do is first grab my brush, and then I take this guy and I just squeeze a little bit out onto the area that I need to cover. This is probably way too much. I'm gonna zoom you in a tiny bit so you guys can see. So this is probably an excessive amount of product, but I just kind of buff it in like that with my brush. And this is a Sigma Soft Blend Concealer F64. And then just to soften everything, I'm just gonna take my beauty blender real quick and go over top. For foundation, I'm just gonna zoom you guys back out. You don't need to be that close to my mug. For foundation today, I'm gonna be using the L'Oreal True Match in Sand Beige W5. I do have a bit of a tan. We went on vacation, plus it's summertime, so my skin is just feeling all the love of the sunshine, but not too much because I do use SPF every single day. So I'm just gonna use my beauty blender and buff that, that concealer, that foundation in. So like I said, I started rewatching Mad Men by myself, but we also watched Stranger Things, and that series was amazing. We really, really liked that. We kind of burned through it. We got through it pretty quickly because we liked it so much. So yeah, we're looking for recommendations. Anything you guys have watched on Netflix? I think we also have Amazon Prime, but yeah, any recommendations you have would be awesome. Together we watched like Breaking Bad, X-Files, Bob's Burgers, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So those are some of the things we like. So you have maybe an idea of what to recommend. We're always looking for something new. All right, so to set the under eye and then lightly powder the face, I'm gonna use my RCMA No Color Powder. I really, really like this. This was, if you guys are up on the YouTube beauty stuff, you'll know that this caused quite a stir after Kathleen Lights talked about it. I really like this powder. I think it sets really well. It doesn't look cakey or like you have a bunch of powder on, which for my dry skin is super, super, super ideal. So yeah, I really like it, and it's a fair amount of product. You get 3 ounces for like 12 bucks, and I know most products are not that generous. So it's kind of amazing to have this much product, but the only thing I have to say about it is it's kind of messy. What I do is I like shake it down this way, and then I pop open the top and take whatever's on top. But it's not the cleanest powder, but it does have a really nice effect, so it's kind of worth it. So just to go over the face really quick, I'm just gonna grab a big powder brush and make sure I don't have any excess powder kicking around. For eyebrows, I'm gonna be using Anastasia's Dip Brown. I have this in medium brown, and I also have this eyebrow groomer brush by XO Beauty. I just bought, well, I didn't just buy it, but I bought a 9-piece set from XO Beauty. That's Shan XO's makeup, or her lashes slash like brushes line. I really, really like it a lot. So anyways, this is nice because it has a spoolie on this side and then this tiny dense little brush on this side. The thing about Dip Brow is it can be super intense, so you just have to use a little bit at a time. and build up from there. So what I've been doing is kind of outlining where I want my brow to be and extending the tail a little bit. And then just filling it in really lightly, making sure to brush through a lot because I don't want it to look too harsh. I don't like a blocky looking brow, but I do want it to be defined. So that is generally what I'm going for, and then I always pray that I can replicate it on the other side. This brow actually I like a lot more. I'm sure we all have that brow, but I just feel like the shape naturally is a lot nicer, like it has a nicer arch naturally. I did get them threaded a few weeks ago, and I've been trying to kind of maintain their shape and pluck any stray hairs, but I should go get them done again because they always look really nice afterward. But yeah, this brown is just my favorite. I really like it. It always kind of works out for me. All right, so that is gonna have to be good enough. I don't think they're perfect, but they're supposed to be, what, cousins, not sisters? I don't know any sisters that are that similar anyways, but let's see, I guess we'll go to the face next. I'm going to use this Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. I'm gonna take that, actually I'll grab a different brush. I'm gonna use this one by Real Techniques. It's a blush brush. This stuff does have a pretty strong scent. It's like it kind of smells like a pina colada. Like it definitely smells like vacation. But yeah, it is pretty strongly scented. So if that isn't your bag, then I would stay away. But I have recommended this to people and they have liked it. So that is a positive thing. And I forget, maybe it was like Kathleen Lights who talked about it. She talked about liking this product, so I picked it up and I really like it a lot too. It adds a nice color to the face without being too much and too intense, and you kind of have to build it up, which I like. I'd rather have to build it up than go straight in and have it be really intense. All right, so now that I've chucked a bunch of that on, I'm gonna go in with Milani's Luminoso blush. It's the perfect blush for this look. I couldn't really find too many pictures of January Jones when she was on the show, but from what I could tell, because I watched a clip of her a few times, she had like a kind of a corally orange cheek. Her lip was pretty orangey too, like more orangey than pink, but it wasn't too heavy, so I'm gonna keep this fairly light. And then as far as the highlight goes, I don't remember seeing any highlighter on her, but what I'm gonna do is, now that I have more color, I'm gonna mix Prosecco Pop and Champagne Pop. You guys may have seen a video that I did when I first got this palette. I reviewed it, and I think like you could definitely turn it into a drinking game. You just take a sip every time I use the word tan because I said it so many times. But once you have a little bit more color, I feel like this highlight's a little bit more wearable, especially Prosecco Pop, because it is it's like a really bright kind of gold. So it's just a little bit tougher to pull off if you are super fair. I don't even know that January had a highlight in the video, but I just like highlights, so. And this is an XO Beauty Shimmer Fan Brush, which has been the way I've been applying my highlight recently, and I feel like it comes out pretty nice, so. Yeah. Moving on to eyes, this is a full-on eyeshadow look, so I'm going to start with my Prep and Prime Eye Base by MAC. This is kind of a luxury product because it's so expensive, but I will not do eyeshadow without it. You need, I mean, even that is a little bit too much for 2 eyes. You really don't need much of this product at all, and it makes my eyeshadow last all day. My skin is insanely dry, but my eyelids for some reason are extremely oily. So this just helps to keep my eyeshadow on, which is really, really nice. I'm only gonna use a couple eyeshadows for this look, and they're both gonna be Makeup Geek. This is first Mirage. It's kind of a satin yellowy shade. I'm just gonna take that kind of all over the lid in the inner corner. I'm gonna bring it up to the brow bone. This is a pretty full-on blue eyeshadow look, so I think this will be nice to kind of brighten underneath the brow and the inner corner. Oh, I hear my little kitten cat. She's meowing. I have to go let her in. Hang on, Indy. Oh, goodness. I doubt she's gonna stay quiet back there, but she's here. All right, so I don't want any of this to be harsh. I want it to be kind of hazy the way it was in the video, so blown out and beautiful. So I'm just gonna use one shade and then some brushes that aren't terribly dense, just so that I don't pack too much color on. And I'm gonna use the shade Mermaid by Makeup Geek to do this whole look. And this is like, it's definitely more shimmery than Mirage, but I wouldn't consider it like a metallic or foiled eyeshadow. in any way. It's just really pretty. So I'm gonna use this Real Techniques brush. This is the base shadow brush, and I'm gonna apply that all over my lid. To soften that edge, I'm just gonna take this fluffy brush from Geek just to diffuse the color, because we don't want any of this to be harsh. We want it to be really, really soft. Like I said, it was kind of like diffused and smoky, and it was really pretty. The combination's unexpected, so we're gonna pray and cross our fingers that this doesn't come out looking too clownish. I'm gonna hit the underneath as well. And again, just diffuse that color. So this is clearly not for the faint of heart, but something I found out while I was researching Mad Men related stuff is that January Jones, and I follow her on Instagram, so I see that she generally does like really cool makeup looks. She's not afraid to try new things, which I really like. But I found an interview with her and her makeup artist and her hairstylist, and they were saying that working with her is really fun because she's not afraid to play and experiment, and she is a modern woman, so it's cool to see her makeup looks because they're all pretty edgy. She did a really cool one for the Met Gala where they essentially kind of like got rid of her eyebrows and put this like really cool looking graphic black all over her eyes, and I guess there were some crystals involved as well. Swarovski or whatever, you know what I'm saying. Those fancy crystals. Alright, so I think my version of this might be a little bit more intense than January's. But I like it. I think it's kind of cool. I'm pretty much just going to blend these edges until it hurts. And then I'm going to call it a day. I'm actually going to grab another brush that may be a little bit better for this. This is clean. I'm just going to hit my inner corner with a little bit more of that Mirage shade. It's going to highlight it, but it's not going to be shimmery. It's more of a matte satin highlight, which is perfect for this because none of her look was particularly shiny. All right, so I'm gonna slap on some mascara and then decide from there if I want to put on some lashes. She didn't have lashes in the video, I don't think she did anyway, so I'm just gonna use Benefit's They're Real. This came in one of my Sephora bags, so I'm just gonna slap on some of this and see how it looks. I am actually going to pass on lashes. I think that if I just load up the mascara, that should be plenty. All right, so the final step we have here is lips. I'm gonna start off with a ColourPop lip primer. I apologize if the lighting keeps changing. I think the sun keeps changing its mind about what it wants to do. Over top of that, I'm gonna use this lipstick, Sounds Like Noise. This is a matte orangey lipstick from MAC Cosmetics. Going to kind of roughly get that on the lip and then use a lip brush to work it in. And then January's lips looked a little glossy, so I'm just going to throw a little bit of this Rimmel Gloss over top. The last thing we need to do is add a setting spray, so I'm just going to use this one by Supergoop. It has SPF 50 in it. And that is the final look, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see some pictures and probably just a little blurb about this look, you head over to my blog. It's amberraybeauty.com. Leave suggestions down below, anything you want to see coming up. And again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.